Alright. Now, who's review? Swinfos. Story is Grim Flamingo. This should be interesting. Here we go. Oh, I have it open already. Go back. Alright. I'm going to be reading this. This is for your benefit. I go the extra mile. So any candid reaction I will have to your story will be recorded for you to go over later. And here we go. Where's my music? I need my music. Come on. This computer's so slow. Let's get some air under there. Here we go. Some nice acoustics. Right. Weather does not have an H in it. The city's weather was also excellent. This weather here should only have one H. Weather. This bit here, the voice of a male pony rang out from behind the door, as if on cue. This, as if on cue here, is a bit of an afterthought, so I would recommend a M dash for that. Or at least a comma. I mean, if someone else tells you different, then go ahead and go with them, because obviously I'm not an expert, but it's just my opinion. Anyway. trying to decide what in the world her job is. Like, is she now the Grim Reaper, or is she simply a delivery person? Oh, Debbie's dead too? Going through the good and bad things he's done. Here, alright, Bouncer, it says. There should be a comma there, because Bouncer is either his name or his title, and he's being addressed, so there should be a comma before that. And this here, this should be a comma as well. The period indicates the end of a sentence, and these two things here are actually, the said tag is actually part of the sentence. So you need a comma here, you can't just put a period. Now, if this means she said this and then she grumbled, then that would be a period. But if she said this grumbling, that's a comma. See, like right here, this is what was said, period, that's a full sentence. Then after that was said, the intercom shut off. That's a very good use of that. That's a period, but this other one up here, this should be a comma. And this one here should also be a comma. Grab some stuff, she mumbled to herself. The comma should be there. This is its own sentence, actually. See, this here is a question. This should not be a comma, that should be a period. This should be WHETHER. Like, regardless of whether any mares come by or not, this is not, what you have here is weather, like clouds in the sky. It's not whether or not. It should be WHETHER. Now, what I can't figure out is Twilight dead, or does she simply work at the Ministry of Death? That's what I'm wondering. Got a missing capital there. Alright, well, I'll see you later. This I should be capitalized. This is actually not a proper sentence. If you had a frown was on her face and her soul was filled, then whatever. This is actually not a complete sentence. This I found confusing. This must be a ride. She's going to have to settle for a chariot instead of a carriage. And then here she stepped into the carriage. I thought she was going to be riding in a chariot. And then here, she hadn't arrived in time to secure a carriage. That's inconsistent. And then the carriage just barreled through the hole. You're switching back and forth between she is in a carriage and she's not in a carriage. And then she's going to fly off the chariot at any moment. They're not the same thing. There we go, living there, which must mean that Twilight isn't alive. missing comma here. Should really ask someone to look over this for commas. You got a lot of them missing. And others in places they don't belong. And here you go into colorful names. You don't need to call him 20 different things, like, what's his name, Mr. Feathers? Short Pegasus. This is good here. See, we don't know what he looks like yet. Probably decapitalized Pegasus, though. Then you named him Slippery. And then here you call him the Sinner. That's colorful names. You don't need to do that. If it has something to do with the situation, if it's important that he be labeled like that, then fine. But otherwise, I'd avoid it. And here, you don't need to call him the criminal, unless you're differentiating him between someone else. You shouldn't do that. Now here, this is fine. I would have used his name, but this is fine because he actually is her client. Got another missing capital here. Alright, well, I'll go. There's some missing capital. Alright, she's definitely dead, yeah. Alright, well, that's the entire story. So, this is where the video cuts off.